Brexit is back. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is back from the meeting of leaders at the G7 summit in Biarritz in France, and Brexit is back as a discussion point at the top of the political among these politicians in the UK. Taking to Twitter, Boris Johnson said, "We are going to leave the EU on October 31st and make this country the best in the world to live in." But that backstop has been really contentious and controversial throughout. That insurance policy that would prevent a hard border between the North and the Republic of Ireland. Boris Johnson wants that gone from any deal with the EU. Well, Simon Coveney, he's the Foreign Minister in Ireland. He took to Twitter to release this letter to the Irish people within the UK, and this is what he had to say. He said, "While these might be confounding times, one thing will always be clear: the Irish government's resolute commitment to protecting the Good Friday Agreement." That's the agreement that was signed in 1998 to ensure, following the 30 years of troubles, that violent period in the Northern Ireland. And one of the things to come out of that will be an open border between the North and the Republic of Ireland. Well, groups even within Northern Ireland, they penned a letter to Mr Donald Tusk saying that the backstop would need to be protected to protect the Good Friday Agreement. That's the likes of Sinn Féin and the Alliance Party. But you can even see the parties within Northern Ireland are diametrically opposed on this, the DUP being one of those. They don't want a backstop because they believe that that would threaten the integrity of the United Kingdom, that could create some sort of border between the north of Ireland and the rest of the UK. But Jeremy Corbyn, he's the leader of the Labour Party within the UK. He wants to prevent a no-deal Brexit, and he's having that meeting with leaders within the UK today to talk about this. But here's some of the people who'll be attending those meetings, and you can even see the disagreements within some of these people. Jo Swindon, she's the leader. She's one of these politicians taking part. She wants to make sure that a no-confidence vote is one of those things being discussed. She says she wants to discuss how to maximise the chance of a successful no-confidence vote. But Anna Soubry, she's the leader of the independent group. She took to Twitter to detail a thread of how she believes, what she believes will be the top of this discussion today. She says that she wants legislation to be introduced to stop crashing out of the EU on October 31st. And she also says that she wants to extend Article 50, that deadline date, to ensure further negotiations and then put any new deal to a people's vote. But what are people talking about on social media? We've been taking a look at Trends Map. That's a way to see what kind of trends and the talking points people are discussing on social media, and this is just one of the trends taking place this afternoon, one of those top 5 trends, and it's called Block the Coup. That's very strong language people on social media are using, but they were referring to staying within the EU. They want to remain within the EU, but they also want to discuss Boris Johnson's plan to suspend the Parliament to force Brexit through. Well, that was something that came out in the media over the weekend. Boris Johnson didn't answer that question in Biarritz, but this is a discussion happening on social media. So social media discussing, politicians discussing, and what's certain is that Brexit is yet to be set.